Hey, Matt here, your Gainesville, Florida realtor. And with the ever-changing market conditions, I've been getting more and more questions. Is this a good time to buy? Should I buy now? Should I wait? What's the best time of year to buy? Are prices going to go up? Are they going to go down? Is the market going to crash? What about the election? So, with so many questions and they're all pretty similar, it gives me an opportunity to share some value and provide some information and give you an opinion on what's happening. If you're coming to my channel for the first time, welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to be a resource and just be of value to be able to position myself in a place to be best able to help you find your place, your home, get the information and property tours that you need to make good decisions. And if you're returning, welcome back. As you've seen, we're building a channel to provide information about Gainesville and Alachua County real estate markets that will help you achieve your goals. So again, my name is Matt Sirafice. I'm with eXp Realty in Gainesville, Florida. If you'd like to connect, you can book a time on my calendar below, or you can call, text, or email me. Before we talk about where we're headed, I think it's important to take a look at where we've been. And looking back, we see from the COVID era, we were at just an incredible seller's market. Rates were lower, so affordability was a lot higher. Inventory was greatly reduced, limiting the number of sellers. And this created this huge competition among buyers. Buyers are at the mercy of sellers, so they're bidding wars. Properties are selling well above asking price. Buyers are waiving their appraisal contingencies or including escalation clauses. Just incredible. So we are starting to see more now with the higher rates. Rates have been increasing, that there's more sellers, inventory is starting to creep up, and there's more choices. So sellers have to adjust. They have to be flexible. They have to be willing to negotiate. And there's less competition among buyers. My job here is to understand the season that we're in and provide you the best opportunity for success and not try to necessarily make predictions about the market or rates, although I will provide you information to be able to decide for yourself. So what about rising rates? Basically, rising rates means it's the percentage that you're paying on the money that you borrowed for the mortgage. And are rising rates always negative? Here's what it's done for the market at this point. Someone who's trying to sell their home now realizes that they're not the only one. There's competition. There's a lot more inventory out there. They have to compete by lowering their price potentially. So those looking to buy new construction, the builders are anxious to meet their numbers for the year, and maybe they're a little bit behind schedule. People getting scared, so they'll say, well, let's adjust our prices. Let's put out as many incentives as possible, and they're willing to negotiate. So contrast this to the seller's market we just came out of, when sellers could just sit back and enjoy all the leverage. A lot of people had no choice. They had to get situated, pay whatever price because school is starting, my new job is starting, and maybe they bought a home with not all the features that they necessarily wanted, or maybe in an area that they didn't prefer as their first choice. So that brings us back to some of the questions in the beginning of the video. Where is the market headed, and what are rates going to do? So when you're preparing to purchase your home, do you think the purchase price is more important than the rate? Well, you have to think about it this way. Once you pay for that house, that's it. That price is going to stay the same through the life of that contract or that mortgage. So you can't change the price that you paid for the house until you pay it off. Then it's over with. But the rate, on the other hand, can be negotiated, and you can do a refinance at a certain point if it is advantageous to do so. So a few thoughts about having an effective realtor on your side through this process. Again, taking a look at new home builders, they sometimes see customers as a one-time transaction. If they come in by themselves, they're going to try and rush you through the process, and they are going to tell you that this is what it is. Do you take it or leave it? But if you have an excellent realtor on your side, the builder knows that we're going to be going back to see them repeatedly, hopefully, if they're giving us a good deal. Then that gives us ability to leverage our collective buying power, purchasing power, and put them on notice to say, hey, look, if you can help my customer out on this deal, I'm going to be back again and again. So let's get the absolute best deal possible. So let's finally talk about when's the best time to buy a house in Gainesville. So if you follow conventional wisdom, they'll be told that, oh, spring and summer are the best time to buy a house. And that would be wrong, because that's the best time for a seller to list and sell their. There's more competition for houses at that time. All the buyers are out looking and trying to buy a house. So it makes sense that there's going to be less inventory and more competition for the houses that are available. Some of the clues that I look to validate this theory is just looking at the average days on market versus the median list price or sale price. And we can see that this green line here represents how many days to sell, median days to sell. And this has bottomed out here typically in the spring into the summer and then peaks again right around January. It's done this through a couple of the past seasons. And prior to that was the COVID, so it's a little skewed here. But this actually makes a lot of sense. So next we look at the number of listings that are available. And again, COVID was a factor here, but this is a falling rate environment from 2020 into where the number of listings bottomed here in January 2022 before inventories started coming back and has been steadily increasing with some drops in the wintertime. And last chart here, I don't want to put you to sleep. Sold price to list price ratio. So say, for example, I listed your home for 500,000, but we only sold it for 480,000. So that would be a ratio of 96%. So we had to negotiate and we took a hit on the price. So that would be indicative of a slower season or a good time for buyers. And where do those drops occur? January 2020, January 2021, January 2023. Always in the same time during the what would be considered a bad time for sellers. Last couple of thoughts on the when portion of this is as a buyer, you just want to look for any time of year where there's less competition. So right off the bat, that starts with November, probably into the beginning of the new year. It's the holidays. People are probably not going to be wanting to show their home or try and move unless they absolutely have to. So there's going to be less competition of people trying to buy homes at that time. It's probably going to be a good time to try and buy, right? So outside of that idea, fall and winter will generally be slower times because people tend to want to be situated for the school year before it begins. And then outside of the holidays, it's winter time. So less there's less competition for buyers at that point. Finally, because it is an election year, a lot of people tell me, well, I think I'm just going to wait until the after the election. To me, that's a lot of uncertainty. And if there are significant rate cuts, has been predicted for a long time now that have not yet come to pass. But if they do, there's going to be a stampede of buyers again, all clamoring to buy what inventory is available. So what do you think is going to happen at that point? It's going to be harder as a buyer to find what you're looking for a reasonable price. So whether you're ready to buy as of right now or not, please let's start a conversation. My information's down below. Book a spot on my calendar there, or you can just call or text me or email me at your convenience. I hope this information helps. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.